Welcome to the Sportal Showcase, brought to you by Sportal TV. Brian's Warner here with Chuck Jones. Chuck, we got a heavyweight battle coming up here. Eagles Landing Christian, ranked number 3 in 1A Private, taking on the number 9 ranked 7A Grayson Rams. It's going to be a big one.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Been excited since we've seen this on the menu. Very much looking forward to this game.
Two teams that went to the Final Four, two teams that lost to the eventual champions. Eagles Landing Christian last year 27-4, and they lost to Aquinas in the Final Four, who went on to win the championship. Grayson last season 22-7, and they lost to surprise eventual 7A champ Meadow Creek after upsetting Newton along the way. These are teams looking for more this year.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. These guys have been putting in a lot of off-season work. A lot of them playing travel ball. They've been working with individual trainers, and, they're trying to get back to those Final Four appearances and hopefully come home with the prize.
For the ELCA Chargers, it all starts with their point guard, number 4, 6'4", Trevon Reddish, College of Charleston signee, first team All-State, and he's got a bunch of wings that can put up points. Makai Cameron and KJ Jones, and the big man inside, Felix Uadiale. He's a double-double threat every night, Chuck.
Oh, yes, most definitely. He just recently, against Green Forest, pulled down 28 monster rebound. And, I was talking to Coach Mason, and he told me that they weren't just rebounds that were just coming down to his hands. They were rebounds that he was actually working hard to go get. So that's very impressive, and I'm interested to see how he does this against Grayson.
Well, Grayson lost a lot of key contributors from that Final Four team last year. Nick Edwards, Terrence Edwards as well, but they have just come back just as strong, and their offense starts with number 5, Devion Smith, 3-star rated nationally. I looked it up. He's got offers from Xavier, Florida, Georgia, and a whole bunch of others, and he is a shot maker, and he's joined in the backcourt by a big shooting guard, 6'5", Rico Hallman. You've seen him and his father around the Georgia high school hoop scene for a long time.
Oh, yes, most definitely. They are a part of the Atlanta Celtic travel basketball program. Both of them are part of that program, and they have definitely put in a lot of work over the years, and it's going to be interesting to see how they handle the size of Rico being out there 6'5" on the wing like that.
Yeah, Grayson Rams' size in down low, it's young. It's Ian Shefferlin, he's 6'7", sophomore. Tajay Kelly, another 6'7" sophomore. Those guys will get a lot of work down there, and I don't know if we see him yet. Number 4, Kenyon Jackson, star wide receiver. We had them when Grayson took on Westlake on the football gridiron, and man, he was the player of the game in that game.
Yes,
he made
indeed.
spectacular catch after spectacular catch, so we'll see if Kenyon Jackson's out there. Texas A&M commit for football. It's listed on the roster, and I have not seen him on the sideline. Not sure if he'll be here today. Let's see, looking around there, and I do not see him. So that's some size they won't have, but they got plenty of size for Jeffrey Pierce's squad here. And, they were coming out, Grayson Rams 5-2 on the season, good wins over Gainesville, Decula, a top team in 6A.
Yeah.
And but losses to Peachtree Ridge and Mill Creek. No shame in those losses.
No, not at all. Peachtree Ridge and Mill Creek definitely are, part of that Gwinnett cluster. And, those guys, the thing is, the Gwinnett cluster is almost like the SEC. Those guys just beat up on each other year after year. So, yeah, it was good to see.
Yeah, and then we slip over to Coach Derek Mason over at Eagles Landing Christian. A big win over Green Forest, Trinity Christian, two schools that they have to battle with, but new to 1A Private in the GHSA, Mount Bethel. Took a loss to them, but Mount Bethel looks like they may have the squad to go all the way this year. So, again, nothing to feel bad about with losses like that, but these are two teams that think they got a good chance of winning state.
Yeah, they do. And I'm just, as I said, I'm very excited to see the matchup between these two names. So we got the starting lineups coming out here.
KJ Kelvin Jones, number 2 for ELCA. Number 23, missed that one. Okay, Felix Uadiale is wearing number 11 apparently today. Amari Smith, number 1, point guard out there. Number 11, Uadiale. Looks like number 4, Trevon Reddish. Number 24, Josh Smith, starting for Grayson. Ian Shefferlin, number 22. Devon Smith, number 5. Javon Tatum, number 2. And number 3, Xavier Ayers. So Rico Holman not in the starting lineup, though he is available on the bench over there. So we are about to run it up here. It's been a great day over here at the SportalShowcase. Hopefully you've been enjoying it online. We had 2 games decided by 2 points here, Chuck Jones. You were live for one and I was live for the other.
Yeah, it was definitely what the doctor ordered. This is what we have these showcases for, so these teams that don't never get an opportunity to match up against each other throughout the season, especially in region play, and this gives them opportunity to, test their will.
Yeah, in the second game, the most recent game, Woodville-Tompkins held on for a 2-point win as Chattooga Indians' shot did not fall at the buzzer. And then in the Mundy's Mill Franklin County game, Mundy's Mill held on. Franklin County had a shot to win it, couldn't get it to go down either. So maybe this will be the game where that last-second shot does fall.
Yeah, maybe so. Or maybe we can get lucky enough and get an overtime.
There we go. And we are tipped away. Chevrolet controls the tip, and it will be Smith setting up the offense.
All right, looks like the Chargers are going man-to-man.
Yeah, a little bit of a help man type of look there. Kind of motion offense for the Rams. Works it around, shot from the corner. Up, and it is good. That's Kelvin Jones, KJ with the first bucket. 7:35 remaining, 3-0 Grayson on that shot by KJ Jones.
It's a good shot out there, right off the tip. Grayson comes back in man-to-man also.
Apologize, that was Javon Tatum, number 2 for Grayson with the bucket. Basket no good. Shefferlin controls the rebound. Grayson's slowing it up, not really taking the opportunity to run here, but he's going to pull up from deep. No good. Rebound controlled by the Chargers, and that is thrown away. That was Makai Cameron with the board, but tried to push that thing in transition. Both of these teams try to get up and down the court a fair bit. Grayson averaging about 62 points a game, and the Chargers doing something similar. So we should see some good action here in this one. Smith's going to try to set the offense up. Tatum looking inside, doesn't get what he wants. And he'll roll it back out to Ayers.
And these are the early stages of the games. The guys are trying to feel each other out, kind of because they don't get to match up against each other. So I think it's going to take a little time before we actually see the action we're looking for.
Tatum going to work at the top of the circle, getting into the paint, passes up that opportunity.
Good move. You got to finish those. Way to get back with it.
Josh Smith battling down low. Schifferlin gets the rebound, loses the handle, tries to get it out, and he's able to throw that one out there off of Cameron. Be Grayson Rams' ball here.
ELCA's going to need to make sure they box out. You get 2 or 3 opportunities that close to the basket, one of them bound to fall, so they had to box out and get rebounds.
Yeah, Schifferlin's not just 6'7", he's 6'7" and thick out there. So
yeah.
Uadiale having to work hard to stay with him. Nice drive and kick. Corner 3, no good. Rebound stays here for the Rams. This is about their 3rd offensive board. Schifferlin watches from 3, and coming away with the board is ELCA. Looking ahead to Jones. Jones swings it to the right. Pull up, mid-range, no good, but follow goes for KJ Jones. His first bucket of the night. 3-2 your score. Grayson Rams on top. Grayson Rams in white and the ELCA Chargers in the blue and gold. Nice move and a scoop and finish, and that's Devion Smith. Chuck, it feels like the Rams are a little bit more patient, a little bit more deliberate in their offense, and ELCA is just going to play fast.
Yeah, it looks like that.
They're going to call that foul on the floor. No shot good there for Jones. They'll look to reset here. ELCA to inbound underneath the basket, catches him napping, and Kamari Smith finds himself all alone underneath the basket.
Good out-of-bounds play right there.
Heady play there by Uadiale. He kind of was misdirection, was calling him out to the like they were going somewhere else, and Kamari Smith puts himself in the right spot, and he takes the first free throw good. 5-3 is our score here. 5 minutes remaining. Change. Smith good for both. Well, seeing a little bit of full court pressure now. They're going to pull it back here. Looks like ELCA's going to stay in this man defense, Chuck.
Yeah, they've been successful thus far, even though they have gotten 5 points out of.
Yeah, difficult step back shot for Tatum there. Nothing doing, and it looks like we will see number 10, Tajay Kelly, coming in for Schifferlin. Waiting for the referees to allow the substitution. It doesn't take much. They don't give up much size there with that substitution, Chuck.
No, not at all. It's just exchange 6'7" for 6'7".
Both sophomores that got play on varsity last year, so experience on that team, though there was a lot of good bigs ahead of them, but some seasoning for the young guys and chance for them to step up here. Grayson coming out in a 1-2-2.
Good shot by Trevon. He couldn't get it to fall.
Smith's going to push it in transition. Steps, pulls up, no good. Rebound to the Chargers. They're going to push it here. Nice Euro move, switches left to right, and that one goes down.
Well, he looks forward to do a lot of that at College of Charleston next season.
Probing the defense, pulls up and blocked by Reddish, but he's not able to get it out on the break. Tatum's firing, no good. Another rebound to Reddish. Reddish going to fire it up ahead to Smith. Corner up and good. Makai Cameron with the corner three.
Get it out the net by Cameron.
9-5. ELCA open up a little bit of a lead here, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, now we're cooking.
ELCA seems to be pretty happy to play this at a fast pace. Grayson much more deliberate in the half court, running their sets, trying to get what they want here. Tatum probing the defense, nothing there.
Can't pick up your dribble.
Swings it around to Smith. They're going to try to work inside to Kelly. Kelly banging down low and good.
Kelly's in there muscling for the two.
Yeah, another 6'7" sophomore with some good bulk on him. Tajay Kelly just powers his way in for the bucket. And that's Uadiale, and they're going to call that foul on the floor, it looks like. Yep. Referee's been kind of letting them roll. So there's number 0, Rico Hallman coming in. Number 20, Carlos Dixon. So they got a lot of size, and they play a pretty deep bench here for the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
Reddish looking inside, not seeing anything. He's got Jones in the corner. Jones is going to wheel it back up top. Turnaround jumper, and it's good for Uadiale.
There he is.
Nice distribution of scoring for the Chargers and the Rams here in the early going. Coming up on 3 minutes, you got Eagles Landing up on top. 11-8 is your score.
Good pass on the inside.
And Rico Hallman off the bench and right on the scoreboard.
Immediately comes in and calls activity.
Yeah, just not normally would think of him as a post player, but he had KJ Jones on him, and he took him right into the paint and just powered his way into the bucket.
Yeah, as a guard, you still want to have a good little post game in your repertoire just in case you get a smaller guy on you.
And Uadiale
for the three.
That's his 5th point. Nice corner three. They take a 14-9 lead with 2.5 minutes remaining. Smith's going to try to set the offense up with Tajay Kelly, but nothing doing there. ELCA just sort of jumped that pick and roll play.
Yeah, they did.
They're doing it again here.
Playing good defense here.
Yeah, I like the way they're double teaming the pick and roll, the ball handler right off that pick and roll, fighting through the screen and putting 2 men on the ball handler.
Yeah, and that makes it very difficult for the passer to get it to the roller. So definitely good defense by ELCA.
They'll look to set it up again. Grayson, this is their go-to. Now they got 2 screens out there for Smith. Smith with a dangerous cross-court pass. Yeah.
Very dangerous pass.
Woo, and Cameron jumped on it but couldn't quite control it, but that would have been a breakaway and our first chance for a big-time slam dunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Another key sophomore contributor for the Rams onto the floor, Ashton Malone. He'll take over the point guard duties here for now. And let's see if they put him in that patented pick and roll they've been running all game. Hallman's going to work the 2-man game with Kelly. Scoop shot, no good, but Kelly there.
Good rebound.
Battling down low, no good. And it's going to be the Chargers off to the races.
The pull-up 3.
Oh, and the pull-up 3 goes down for Mekhi Cameron. Hey, and the Eagles Landing crowd loves it.
Somebody better get on Mekhi Cameron.
Yeah, that was a nice confident stroke. He just got right up there and pulled up and saw the defense and drained it. That's a timeout, Grayson. 17-9 is your score with just under 2 minutes remaining. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast on Sportal TV of the Sportal Showcase of beautiful South Paulding High School. We'll be back next at 6:30 as Coffee takes on Campbell at 8:30 tonight as Jeff Davis High School takes on the host school, South Paulding High. Ryan Zorner here with Chuck Jones. Chuck, it's been a fast pace. I think this sort of favors the Chargers.
Yes, it does. And they're very poised, as you can see, as far as when they get the ball down the floor. There's not a lot of out-of-control plays. They're getting the looks that they like to have. And 17-9 is the result of that.
Yeah, Grayson's been kind of running this double big man type of double screen option for the point guards. He had Rico Hallman up top, but it's not there anymore. ELCA's done a great job of fighting through these screens and staying on their man.
Yeah, they're going with that horn set, and the idea is to actually get the defender below those double screens so you can operate.
This is A.J. Flagg, a 6'1" freshman guard, getting to the free throw line here. Man, look at him out there next to some of these other guys. He sure looks bigger than that. Sorry, that is I apologize. That's Josh Smith, 6'4" junior guard for Grayson. Hits the first. Second free throw coming here for Smith. And lane violation. Okay, against the Rams.
Yeah, it looks like he was leaning over that line just a little bit too much there and lost his balance before the ball got to the basket.
Not a call you're going to see every day. Trey Reddish looks to set up. 1 minute, coming up on 1 minute here. 17-10 is the Chargers' lead. Marking it into Uadiale in the high post. Back out to Reddish. Reddish probing the defense. He's got 2 on him. Pulls up. And that may have been partially blocked. Either way, Chuck, that was an ill-advised shot.
Yeah, I think we can get something a little better than that, be a little more patient. That's why you guys have that 17-10-point lead.
And that was a bricked by Carlos Dixon, but Grayson able to recover it. Just under a minute remaining. Ashton Malone's going to pull it back out and try to reset here. Gets into the defense, and they're going to call a little ticky-tack foul there.
Yeah, think you can let them go and play through that one right there.
Yeah, foul count, 4 fouls on Grayson, 2 only on ELCA. Maybe evening that out a little bit. Malone with 40 seconds and change left here, being guarded out there by KJ Jones. Grayson seems content to run the clock down a little bit here. Malone triple teamed, tries to swing it out top to Kelly. Kelly finds his man along the baseline.
Got to finish those. I like the idea of getting there to the basket, regardless if you got fouled or not. You still have to focus on finishing.
And they called the offensive foul on Carlos Dixon on that rebound.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was probably pushing that guy off, trying to get in that position.
Yeah, Grayson really hasn't been able to use this size advantage inside. They've struggled to get past the high pressure from the Chargers defense. Long three, no good. Yeah, Rico Hallman out on the break. Let's see what he can do with it. And he is able to easily convert.
Finished by Rico.
Rico's got 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left, 2 seconds. Reddish. It's got to be a travel call, and yes, it is. Half a second left, so Reddish was a little too aggressive on that one, Chuck.
Yeah, he was. And actually, he was trying to go through 3 different defenders. Didn't have too much.
17-12 is your first quarter score, with the Eagles landing Chargers up 17-12 at the end of the first quarter. You know, to me, Chuck, it felt like the Chargers wanted to run, and they were able to get out and run, and they were able to get things going very quick in each offensive possession, and that's kind of seems to be the game plan for them.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, you know, they're poised when they're getting it. They're concentrating on, you know, making sure they make plays, with the exception of the last couple where they were forcing it. You know, with the Rams, I think they have to take another page out of that book and, you know, be very patient on the offensive end to get the buckets that they need.
Yeah, and so if I look at the numbers, we got Cameron with 6. He hit 2 threes for the Chargers. He's their leading scorer. Uadiale knocked down that 1 3 and had a bucket near the basket for 5. And Trevon Reddish really hasn't gotten into the offensive flow yet. He's their all-state player. He's the guy that everyone's looking towards, and they haven't needed him so far.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you are, you know, one of the top players in the state, you guys do try to key in on those guys, and guess what? That's an opportunity for other players to step up on his team. But I'm pretty sure he will make his presence known before this is all over with.
I'm sure he will. Rico Hallman didn't start the game, came in and immediately went to work offensively with a nice, strong post up and a nice bucket in transition. Yeah. He's got 4 to lead the Rams right now.
And the thing about it, you know, with Rico Hallman, he's very explosive in the open floor. He's definitely a good finisher, so we'll look to see a lot more of that as the game goes.
I saw him in a fall showcase event up at Swanee Sports Academy, and he had a beautiful full court take and took the ball all the way down with seconds running out in a game, and had a buzzer beater to win for his team in a showcase event. There's the big trees for Grayson stepping up.
Size making the difference right
Tajay
there.
Kelly and some support behind it. Malone sizes up the 3. Swings it back up top to Hallman. Hallman probing the defense, trying to get inside. Little scoop shot, doesn't go. Rebound bouncing around, and that's a bucket for Carlos Dixon, his first.
Good court awareness by Dixon to be able to give up the loose ball and get him the garbage point there.
It seems like the ELCA defense, they're able to withstand the first attack by the Grayson offense, but they can't keep their man off the board. They're having to help too much on this. Grayson team is getting penetration. They're having to help too much, and it's pulling the rebounders away from the basket.
Yeah, and it makes it very difficult to box out those guys. So Grayson definitely want to look to keep trying to penetrate and get those opportunities on the offensive glass.
And that was a 3, no good for Cameron, but that ball bounced back to the Chargers' way. 17-14 is our score, coming up on 7 minutes here in the second. Long contested 3 fired up there, no good.
I'm not too sure about that shot.
Yeah, not the shot that I think Coach Mason for the Chargers wants to see. And Grayson with a chance to cut the lead to 1 or tie it here. Hallman probing the defense again. Going to reset it back out to Malone. Malone being guarded by Reddish. Coach Mason wants him right up on him. Malone's going to fire from 3. Ball bouncing around, and there's Reddish with the rebound, and he's out on the break. He's got Uadiale.
Good pass.
A little bit in front of him. 3 ball is good for KJ Jones, his 5th point of the night.
Good shot by KJ.
Yeah, just kind of threw that thing up there to Uadiale, but he found KJ wide open for 3.
That was good court awareness. He actually took a picture and seen where his teammates was and was able to get him out there, and KJ knocked it down.
Coming up on 6 minutes, lead back up to 6.
Tough shot right there.
Oh, Rico Hallman's starting to feel it. He's got 7. He had a defender with a hand in his face, Chuck, and he just pulled up and drained it. Drive in the basket, no good for Cameron. They're going to call foul against the Chargers here. Kamari Smith, number 1, coming on. Cameron's going to get a little break here.
Looks like Devion Smith is coming back in for the Rams.
Yeah, he's had a very quiet start to this game. Just 2 points very early on and really nothing to show for it since then. It's been Rico Hallman with 7 driving the Rams offense so far. And some nice play inside in the paint.
Most definitely. I was just getting ready to say we hadn't heard from Smith since the early 2 that he had.
Well, there's a reason he's a 3-star, and he's got offers from major Power 5 programs, so we should see some offense out of him here somewhere.
That's a good pass right there.
Hallman following his shot.
Good hustle, good pass, baseline pass.
No good again. Ball just not finding the bottom of the net. Reddish out in transition.
Oh, nice move.
Not able to get it to fall. Fighting down low,
Good
blocked
fight.
again. Uadiale loses the handle. That should have been a self-pass there.
It looked like a travel to me.
But it's Kamari Smith cleaning it up, his 4th point, and they stretch that lead back to 5.
That's a clear case of you have to pay until you hear the whistle blows.
Hey, no one blew it. The red Coach Pierce over there for the Rams was screaming about it, but the referees didn't agree. I guess they said it got knocked out of his hand. We'll go with that.
Not at all.
Ooh, took a lot of contact with Smith. Nice job by Dixon, but Dixon not able to maintain possession. That one, Smith firing. No good. Rebound to Dixon. Smith pushing the pace. Over to Rico Holman. 3-ball, and it's short. And that's going to let Uadiale. Oh, no.
Missed the dunk. Good hustle by Smith, getting back.
This is an up and down pace.
That's
and
a
that
good
one's
move. Yeah.
Poked away, but they're going to call the foul on Reddish on that one. We'll get a second to catch our breath, Chuck.
Yeah, most definitely. Looked like Rico Holman is shortchanging his shot a little bit. Everything is falling short, man. We had that outlet out to Felix, and Smith was able to get back to help out. So here we are back at the line with Josh Smith at the line.
Yeah, Grayson Rams played last night and then came this way. We heard they had a little detour to Paulding County High School instead of South Paulding High School, so they haven't had quite the warm-up time they might have been used to. Hallman's got 7 to lead the Rams so far, but came up short on that open 3. A little bit of confusion, whether it's a foul on the floor or a shooting foul, and it looks like it's going to be called a foul on the floor. It'll be Grayson ball along the baseline here. Josh Smith to inbound.
Yeah, it looks like they may have been arguing over if it was 1-1 or not because.
6 team fouls. They're showing up there on the board on Grayson. Only 4 showing on Eagles Landing. That's a loose ball.
Pass.
Yeah, picked up by Kamari Smith. Yeah, a lot of contact down there. Not able to get it to fall, and a good, strong rebound by Tajay Kelly.
Here comes Smith. He has numbers.
Tries to step up, and he gets the charge call. Woo!
Oh, wow.
That's KJ Jones standing under Smith and getting the charge call. Do you agree with that one? Did he look like he was set to you?
Well, he looks like he was set, but he also looked like he flopped before the contact was made. So a lot of times officials don't give them the charge call when they start falling before the contact.
Anticipating the contact, we'll call it that. Trey Reddish working at the top.
That's a good shot right there.
Oh, pretty
good shot.
Floater, one-handed floater from the free throw line, and he drains it. Trey Reddish was set with 4. Leads up to 7, just under 4 minutes remaining here in the second. Hallman working at the top of the circle. Finds his man for a wide-open 3, unable to finish. That ball's bouncing around. It looks like KJ Jones is going to come away with it, and they're going to call a foul on the Rams. That foul goes against Hallman. Coach Pierce is really just shuttling guys in and off that bench.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get guys acclimated out there and get them going, but, to make up for the loss of warm-up time.
That is the 8th team fouls, so ELCA will be shooting free throws, remaining 3 and 30 of this first half. First free throw is good for Calvin Jones. KJ Jones, he's got 6. Kai Cameron also has 6, both on 2 3-pointers for him. Second free throw coming up here for KJ Jones. And that one rolls out.
These free throws. I mean, it's the last couple games there was some free throws being missed, and once again this game here, just hate to see a lot of free throws missed.
Smith probing the defense, pulls up for a little bit of a step back, doesn't get it to go.
There.
Yeah, he sure is.
See the patience here look at that, beautiful basketball. Beautiful basketball. When you're patient like that, you get those kind of looks. That was just, fundamental basketball. Picked up his dribble. Everybody's in denial. This guy goes back door and gets the layup.
It just feels like ELCA is getting the kind of shots you want to get, and Grayson's having to work too hard to put up difficult shots, contested shots, pretty much the entire game.
Exactly.
27-17 under 3 minutes remaining. Trevon Reddish Nice little move.
Reddish is going to work.
Yeah,
Looks
we're
like
seeing why he is an all-state player going to college at Charleston. Next year he's got 6. ELCA came to play here, Chuck.
Yeah, they did.
A punishing pick delivered by Carlos Dixon. Laid out the ELCA defender, but Grayson, again, unable to capitalize.
I'm impressed with the patience that ELCA has.
Yeah, and I don't even mind that long 3. He was well set. KJ Jones, he's got 8 points to lead all scorers. A little bit of a heat check shot, but he was wide open. He had plenty of time to stare it down. And they're going to call the offensive foul on Reddish. Reddish can't believe it. He thought it was going the other way.
Well, Reddish, good solid move, way to be aggressive, but he dipped his shoulder. A
little bit of a running back move there.
Rico Holman was able to stand his ground and, and get the offensive call foul.
Chuck, the guy whose name we haven't said is the 3-star sitting on all these fancy offers from Xavier, Florida and UGA. It's number 5, Devion Smith. And he's going to have to get into this offense. They've been running this kind of dribble handoff. He's been trying to drive and kick, but there just hasn't been anything doing for him. He's going to have to start figuring out how to score for this Rams. And that shot's no good.
And it looks like somebody has to figure out how to score for the Rams.
And a little bit of a busted play and a nice block by number 20, Carlos Dixon. Here comes Smith in transition. That's a way to get the offense going.
Strong move right there by Devion Smith.
We haven't seen him count the bucket. What are they? Yep, they're going to say counts the bucket. There was a little bit of confusion on that.
Yeah, maybe this will help him get things going.
Yeah, that's the best way to get you rolling on the offensive side. Get out in transition and go strong to the basket like Devion Smith just did there.
Let's see if he can finish the play.
And there's those free throws coming back to hurt him, but that ball bouncing around. Grayson unable to maintain possession. Yeah, 29-19, 10-point lead here for the Chargers, 1:30 left.
Got to make those free throws.
Reddish getting a little bit of a break here for the Chargers. Let's see where the offense is going to come from.
Yeah, deservedly so, and he needs that little break.
Well, it's KJ Smith. He's not afraid to shoot.
Good offensive rebound, and he couldn't put it back. Coleman.
And one of the smallest guys on the court, 5'5", Dalen Coleman, puts in a bucket. Just exactly the guy you'd expect to get an offensive rebound and a putback, right, Chuck?
Exactly, right in the paint.
3 ball from the corner for Bogert, no good. All right, it looks like it's going to be offensive rebound and foul on the Chargers here. 12-point lead with just under 1 minute remaining. Looks like Ashton Malone going to check back in for the Rams for this final minute. And we'll talk about it a little bit more at the half, Chuck, but, I mean, it feels like the Rams are just having to work too hard to get shots, and everything is highly contested.
Yeah.
Nothing easy out here. The only thing that's open are long threes, and they're not going down.
Yeah, not at all. ELCA is definitely putting the pressure on them defensively. They're working hard. They're communicating, moving their feet, cutting off all of the driving lanes, making it very difficult for Grayson to get opportunity.
Yeah, I think the Rams are used to Smith and Holman being able to create the offense, and it's not there for them. First shot goes good. And I think they're used to having their way with a lot of guys, and ELCA's got the speed and the size on the perimeter to keep them out of the paint.
Well, the other thing is, psychologically, they're coming in the game, hey, we're a 7A team playing against a 1A team, and when you throw those classifications out the window, none of that stuff doesn't matter. So they're going to have to lace up and play hard.
Yeah, 10-point game here under 1 minute remaining. ELCA works it around to Coleman. Coleman back up top to KJ Jones. Over to Uadiale. Sizes up the defense. A little bit of a sloppy pass there. There's Jones driving the baseline. A lot of contact.
He caused some activity.
Yeah, it was a nice take. I mean, he gave a little bit of room along that baseline, and Jones just sort of slipped in there.
Yeah, I like the play of KJ Jones. He's definitely been causing some activity, and he's getting to the free throw line, made a couple key plays. So he's been very instrumental for the lead that ELCA has right now.
And he leads all scorers with 9 after that free throw. He leads both squads. Rico Hallman with 7 to pace the Rams so far. 32-21, 33 seconds remaining here. Second free throw, no good. Smith with the rebound. And Cameron's picking him up full court, keeping the pressure on as they have all night. Smith's had a hard time getting off. He's got 4 points. He's going to drive the basket, finds a bunch of defenders, pulls up, and knocks it down.
Right there.
Another difficult shot. Kind of had to pull up from mid-range, but a nice confident stroke for Smith.
Yeah, a lot of times we like to see it go through. If we see it go through, oh, good defense right there.
Yeah, a lot of contact on Cameron. Cameron got into the paint, couldn't make anything going out of it. Reddish is going to check back in here with 3 seconds remaining. They want to see if they can get one more bucket here to get this lead back above 10.
Yeah, let's see what kind of out-of-bounds play that they have here. They're going with a stack set.
Shot is up, and it is not even close, and that will end the first half.
Contested shot there.
Yeah, 32-23 is your score. And, second quarter, first quarter won by ELCA, second quarter also won by ELCA. They outscored the Rams 15-11 in that quarter. And if you're Coach Derek Mason of the Eagles Landing Chargers, you got to be real happy with the way this is going. Going up against a top 7A foe.
Of course. It definitely is a crowd pleaser for those that are here, and then also Coach is definitely looking for an opportunity to knock off a 7A team. It looks good putting on your in your resume that you competed well against a 7A team and also beat them, and they were a Final Four. They're not just any old 7A team. They're a Final Four 7A team. So
yeah, and it's been KJ Jones with 9 points who's really led the effort for the Chargers, but Trevon Reddish has got 6, and he's been very active on the offensive and the defensive end, keeping his man out of the paint.
Yes, he has. Trevon Reddish is doing very well on both ends of the floor. Very patient. Him along with Makai Cameron. Cameron has stroked a few in the first half. So we're looking for some adjustments out here for the Rams to come out and try to get some more open looks for Devion Smith, because he's their team leading scorer, and once he gets going, I think that's when Grayson is at their best.
Yeah, they tried early on to see if they could use some of the size advantage in Schefferlin and Kelly, others inside there, Carlos Dixon, Josh Smith, and it just hasn't been there for him. Carlos Dixon's got 4. Devon Smith, he's got 6. Rico Hallman's got 7, but they haven't been able to convert. They've gotten good opportunities at point-blank range around the basket, have the Rams, but they haven't been able to put it in.
Yeah, they have to convert on those opportunities. They're only down 9, so it's not bad. Going into half, at a single-digit game. But they're definitely going to have to make sure that this third quarter is key. It's always important when you come out on both sides. If you're losing and if you're winning, that third quarter is always key when you come out from the locker room.
So if you're Coach Pierce for the Rams, Chuck Jones, what are you telling these guys in the locker room? They came out here, they were a little late getting to the gym. They didn't have as much warm-up time as they maybe wanted to. Got kind of smacked around a little bit in the first quarter. What are you telling these guys to get them back on track?
Well, I've seen a lot of turnovers and forced plays that actually, when they were forcing it, had them turn the ball over. I think they need to take a page out of ELCA's book and get a little more patient on the offensive end, work the ball until they can get a good quality shot that they would like to have. Furthermore, on the defensive side, they're going to have to talk a little bit and communicate on some of the exchanges that's going on offensively for ELCA, because ELCA seemingly are they're getting everything that they like to have.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Derek Mason for the ELCA Chargers, you just patting them all on the back and telling them take a rest, go out and do the same thing.
Well, I'm going to tell them, hey, it's 0-0. The lead is nothing but a little little measly 9-point lead, and you just want to make sure that you stay focused. Understand that these guys are going to come back out with a roar. Like I said, it's important how you come out of that locker room. You come out thinking that you've already won the game. You'll look up and we'll have one of those dandies like we had the last couple games.
Yeah, speaking of the last couple games, we started off the Sportal Showcase here at noon with the Mundy's Mill Tigers taking on Franklin County Lions. Mundy's Mill jumped out on top in that game. Franklin County battled back, had a shot at the buzzer with a chance to win it, down by 2, but it fell short, and Mundy's Mill held on for the win. And then in our second game of the Sportal Showcase at 2 o'clock, Woodville Tompkins out of Savannah built a commanding lead over Chattooga. Chuck, on a game you called, and Chattooga came roaring back in the second half and had a chance to win themselves. We couldn't get the ball to fall either.
Yeah. They, unfortunately for Chattooga, they are just now getting some of their key players back from the football team. So they hadn't had the luxury of some of these other teams to be able to get the chemistry down pat. And I do expect Chattooga to make a lot of noise in their region. Woodville Tompkins, they do look like they are a number 1 team. I've actually seen another contender, Thorough High School. They're a number 1 team in the same classification. I'd love to see both of those teams match up in the final game of this season for the championship. They are pretty much one of the top teams in the state so far in that classification.
Yeah, 2A, and we've got a matchup here, 7A. You think 7A powerhouse? They went to the Final Four last year, lost to the overall 7A, biggest classification state champ, Meadow Creek last year, Grayson Rams, but they lost a lot of key pieces from that team. They lost their starting backcourt and one of their key bigs, and this is Grayson, so they don't have to reload. They just keep firing in more bodies.
Yeah, exactly. They have several guys right now on the bench that has been fairly utilized, and as you see, Taj Kelly and Shefferlin, these guys are 6'7" sophomores apiece, and that's a bright future for Grayson. Coach Pierce is going to have them guys around for a couple more years, so I definitely know that Grayson will be in the mix when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and ELCA coming in here, Eagles Landing Christian Academy down on the south side of Atlanta. The Chargers come in. They made the Final Four last year, also lost to Aquinas, the 1A private champ last year in the Final Four, and this is a senior-led team. You got senior Kamari Smith. He's got 4 points in this game. Senior Kelvin Jones, he's got 9. Senior Trey Reddish, going to college at Charleston, he's got 6. Senior Felix Uadiale, he's got 5. Senior Makai Cameron, so he's got 6. So all their points coming from seniors, and actually even the little 5'5" Dalen Coleman, also a senior. So every point they've scored so far coming from seniors.
Class. Yeah, and that's what you want. You want to rely on the leadership of your team, and these guys are doing a magnificent job of showing their teammates how to lead.
Well, this is my first time seeing the Eagles Landing Chargers, and man, they get out, they run, they've been quick, but it hasn't been out of control. It's been deliberate, and they've played a real nice game so far for Coach Derek Mason.
Yeah, they are a very disciplined team. I had opportunity to visit them, earlier in the preseason, and they were out on the Sandlot, which is called Paradise by Coach Mason, and they were doing a lot of footwork and calisthenics in the sand. It
was about 95 degrees that day in Paradise, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So it was definitely fitting. You had the weather, you had the sand, but when I looked at the players, I didn't think they were in paradise after the workout.
Well, the work in paradise for the Eagles Landing Chargers on that sand volleyball court. You can see some of that in the previews on Sportal TV that were done here for this event. We've enjoyed being out here at South Paulding High School. We'll tell you a little bit about our next couple of games up. At 6:30, we will be live for Coffee and Campbell. So tell you a little bit about these two guys here. Should be a good matchup. Coffee Trojans coming in. They're 3-0 on the year, ranked number 3 in 6A. Great program led by preseason All-State player Jace Moore and Georgia Southern signee Mackenzie McFadden. That's the Coffee Trojans. Undefeated, all huge blowout wins so far this year. They went to the Final 8 last year and lost to eventual champion Langston Hughes. So that is what we're seeing there. And then, kind of an upstart program, the Campbell Spartans. They were 20-10 last year. They are 7A squad. Also lost to Meadow Creek, much like the Grayson Rams here. 5-2 on the year. Good win over Hiram. Tight losses to Marietta and Wheeler, and they're led by Terrell Burden, lightning quick, one of the best and fastest point guards in the state, and he's averaging 24 points a game, 5 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yeah. Terrell is definitely one of the better guards in the state right now, and he's definitely making his presence known.
So that game, Coffee versus Campbell at 6:30 today. And then the nightcap, the capper of the night here, 8:30, Jeff Davis, Yellow Jackets. First time playing in the Metro Atlanta area for them. They are led by Jaquez Kirby, top 100 recruit, 2-time All-State, averaged 20 points, almost 14 rebounds last year. Chuck, I had a chance to see him in the fall at a showcase event, and that guy dunks everything. The whole game's played above the rim for this 6'6" wing. Yeah,
very athletic, very athletic. He's and he's also skilled as well. And he's definitely. I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to see him up front and close, seeing the athleticism. But he's definitely going to put on a show later on this evening.
Well, he's going to have to do it against the host squad, the South Paulding Spartans. You said it to me earlier, one of the early surprises of the season. This is a team that went 9-17 last year. They had a really young team. They had been to the Elite Eight the 2 years prior. Young team last year, underachieved, but they are 5-2, solid wins over Villa Rica and Creekside. Lost to number 1 in 6A Tri-Cities and a good Hiram team, led by Cam Armstrong. He had 19 in the win over Creekside. Shane Gibson, he had 15 in that game. Shemai Shields, and a do-everything sort of pocket knife type of guy. 12.6 boards. So a lot to like about the South Paulding squad, and they are our host team here for the Sportal Showcase.
Yeah, South Paulding also knocked off last year's 6A champion, 2-time champion, I should say, 5A, I'm sorry. And Langston Hughes, they beat them last night by a 2-point win, and we're looking forward to seeing more from South Paulding.
And it is Smith setting up the offense. 32-23 is your score as we start the third quarter here from South Paulding High. Grayson Rams acrobatic layup, and it's good, and that is Devion Smith.
Just with the Dr. Door.
Yeah, he's got 8 now, but ELCA looking to answer from the corner. No good. Tatum out on the break for the Rams. Trying to find his man inside.
Josh Smith, and one.
Bucket and one for Josh Smith, his 3rd points.
It's not what Coach Pierce drew up, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, you said it. These Rams came out with a tremendous amount of passion in the first 30 seconds. They've managed to put up 4 points with a chance to make it 5 here. That free throw's no good. Nice strong rebound by Uadiale. Reddish working along the wing, loses the handle a little bit, over to Jones. Swings it to Smith. Smith looks inside, thinks better of it.
Don't foul.
Ooh, yeah, a little bit of an over-the-back play there for.
That's a good pass. I think he was stepping back just a little bit too much to be able to get that shot off.
Yeah,
Here comes Smith.
Jones just seemed a little bit off balance. Smith slicing through the defense, and Derek Mason's going to need a timeout here quick, Chuck.
Yeah, because Smith has definitely realized, hey, I only had a couple points in the first half, and now here we go. We're rolling now.
Smith makes it a 3-point game. He's got 10, and it came fast. 6:40 remaining. Reddish being guarded closely, pulls up, finds Uadiale. Turnaround no good, and here comes Smith again out on the break. Leaves it behind for the trailer. 3-ball, no good. Ball bouncing around.
Good hustle.
Looks like it's going to be Grayson ball, and he traveled. Rolled around just a little too much. The Grayson bench doesn't like it.
Yeah, not at all. He had to roll. He was on top of the ball, so he had to roll over to be able to at least get it off.
And Devon Smith, he took himself off the court there. Not sure what happened to him. He looked like he might have taken a little bit of bounce. He's going over to the training table, I think. That's Kamari Smith trying to set up the offense, working it into Reddish. Reddish.
One dribble pull-up.
That was a confident stroke there, but that's Ashton Malone coming out of the pack with the ball, and he will reset the offense as we approach 6 minutes. 3-point game here. ELCA Chargers have not scored yet in the first 2 minutes, and Grayson came out with 6 quick points to make it a 3-point game. Probing the defense. Nice strong take, and that's Javon Tatum with his 5th point.
Looks like a little bit of patience that they have. And just like you said, Derek Mason's going to have to make sure that he gets his kids back in order here.
Yeah, he might have wanted that timeout one possession before. I guess he had the ball in his hands of Trey Reddish, and he felt okay trying to let him pull that one dribble pull, but
back on in. Yeah.
Didn't fall. And now we got a 1-point game here, and this thing's all started back over again.
Yeah, just like I said, hey, these kids come out that locker room. It depends on how you come out that locker room. And right now, Grayson come out with the momentum. ELCA's now looking to try to thwart that.
Well, Devion Smith came out red hot and pushing the pace, but he got tangled up with someone and has gone over to the training table, and we do not see him back on the bench yet. We will update you when we see something. We see him come back out. Saw him go around the corner to the training table, but he is not on the court and not on the bench right now. So a key piece missing for the Rams.
Strong move. Good rebound.
And Malone's in a little bit of trouble, kind of leaves that ball, but Tatum bails him out. 5:30 remaining in this 1-point game. Rams with their first chance to take the lead here.
It's interesting. I know that Rico Holman didn't start the game, but, I thought maybe it was, team rules or something. But Rico is not in the second half as well, but hopefully he can get back in because he caused a lot of activity when he got in off the bench.
Well, yeah, especially with Smith being such a key component to the offense, having to take this run over to the trainer. I would have expected Coach Pierce to call Holman's number here. 3-ball up and good, and that is Mekhi Cameron with his 9th point of the game.
Get it out the net. All his points will come up behind the arc.
Yeah, he's got 3 threes. That's Mekhi Cameron. Ashton Malone gets jumped by Reddish. Reddish is going to come away with it.
Reddish is a very crafty and sneaky player. I like some of the nuances that he brings to his game.
Yeah, and he's aggressive. He's got a lot of that dog in him. He's out there fighting. And, Ashton Malone is a transfer into this school. And that is Tatum getting it to bounce around. That's his 8th point. He's giving him some key scoring here to start the second half.
Yeah, he got that lucky roll there.
Pull up, no good. Malone with the rebound. He's going to try to push. He's got numbers. Leaves it behind for Tatum. Tatum for 3.
Tatum on the follow 3.
And that is 11 points. Tatum leads all scorers now with 11 and critical points here. And we got Rico Hallman at the table getting ready to check back in. But, man, oh, man, I hope they're not taking Tatum out. He is red hot right now.
Exactly. Oh, it looks like he got away with a double dribble there.
Tie ball game. Cameron tried to look inside, couldn't find it. Uadiale sizing up the big junior, guarding him. Smith taking a lot of contact. Reddish says, let me calm this thing down. I'm going to take it out to the half court. But he has got the defender all up in his grill. Cameron.
Oh, Cameron with a nice move. You got to finish that.
Gets his own rebound and bounces into Chevrolet, and it's going to be a foul call against the Rams. Whew, it's been a fast pace, and 37-all is our score with 3:29 remaining here in the third. Brian Jordan with Chuck Jones. Chuck, it's been a frantic pace to start this second half.
Yes, it has. It definitely has. I like the move by Cameron. He got to the lane, and he went George Gervin on him and missed the finger roll, but he was explosive enough to
scooped
get that
up his own rebound and got to the line,
yeah.
And that's 10 points. He leads the Chargers right now. 10 for him, 9 for Jones, 8 for Reddish. 1 point lead now for the Chargers. See if Cameron can cash in on the second free throw. And it's good. He's got 11. And a 2-point lead, and they're going to pick him up full court.
Here comes the press, a diamond press here.
And the steal, but not able to keep it in.
No, he got away with a kick ball right there.
Yeah, KJ Jones aggressive, and Coach Mason is telling him stay up. He wants him to stay up here. And what do you think? You like the move?
Yeah, let's see if they can get the ball up the floor, especially with Devion Smith over there on the bench.
Hallman works it across to Tatum. He's got to be getting closer to that 10-second call. Hallman pushes it across the timeline. Back to Tatum. Tatum steps into the three.
Tatum.
And it's good.
Looks like Tatum got his flame hot.
Oh, yeah. He stepped right into that. He shot that one with plenty of confidence.
From the same spot.
Yeah, Eagles landing. Christian's going to have to figure out how to slow down number 2, Javon Tatum. Reddish wants to post up down low. The Rams fans don't like it. But
I just told you, it's a crafty player right there.
Foul goes against Josh Smith. Reddish just sort of created the contact and got himself to the free throw line.
Yeah, now if he was in the NBA, they would have eliminated that. They would just gave him the foul, would not give him the shooting foul. But, however, we're in high school. Referees giving it to him.
Yeah, but Reddish unable to convert the free throw. He has 8. And he's going to have to figure out how to knock these suckers down, Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
Second free throw is rolls around.
In there.
We'll give him 9 on the day and a tie ball game with 2:49 remaining in the third. It's been a good one here. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast on Sportal TV, the Sportal Showcase from South Paulding High School.
There's a good
double
trap.
Team, throws it into space.
Wow.
Hallman able to bail him out. Tries to go under the basket, no good. Ball bouncing around, and the Chargers come away with it. Cameron looking ahead, but nice transition D by the Rams, and they're out to the races. Tatum.
Good trail pass. Good trail pass.
And
yes.
bucket and one. It's Ian Shiverlin with his first basket of the night.
Brian, I got to tell you, I'm a very big fan of a great pass.
Yeah, great job by Tatum pushing the pace, gets out in front of everything, and here he comes. Tatum leaves it behind for the big sophomore to finish.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of a good pass, and that definitely he set him up really well. Good pass.
And he completes the three-point play the old style. Chuck, we were out at Grayson in the spring, and as a freshman, Ian Shiverlin was the backup quarterback for the Grayson Rams, top-ranked team. Oh, they're going to call Ian on that one. But he was the backup quarterback in the spring game.
Oh, wow.
Stopped playing football, I believe, to focus exclusively on basketball, as he's now up to 6'7" and a hardy 220, it looks like, out there.
Yes. Not sure if he, picked the correct sport, but, when you have those options as an athlete, you have to make those decisions as you get along faster in your career.
And that one goes down for Reddish. He's got 10. Ian's going to take a little bit of a break, and another big man, number 20, Carlos Dixon, checks in. They don't give up much size when they do go to the bench there, Chuck.
No, they don't. They have a lot of size down there.
Ooh, Reddish, that's another missed free throw, but the Chargers come away with the rebound. Reddish is going to try to set the offense up, being guarded tightly, calling for a screen, seeing a triple team, and has to give that ball up. Reddish is going to try to go to work now. Oh, beautiful spin move, but right into the teeth of the defense. Bucket and one for Trevon Reddish. Oh, I said he had some dog in him, Chuck, and there you go. This guy knows how to score, huh?
Yes, he definitely knows how to score. He knows how to play. He knows how to get to the spots that he's crucial at, and he's making a lot of trips to the free throw line, adding pressure on to the Grayson defense. Yeah,
he just put the defender on his back hip and just pounded his way into the paint. See if he can finish this three-point play, and he does. He's got 13 to lead the Chargers. Javon Tatum has 14 to lead the Rams, and they're back in this press. We see Smith, Devon Smith out there for the Rams, so nice to see him back on the court. Not sure exactly what happened to him down there, but he is back on the court and playing in facing these hefty double teams again. Tatum pulls it out up top, and he's got a double team on him. They're going to have to find a way to throw the pass over the top of this type of pressure defense, right, Chuck?
They're going to have to move it. They're going
backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah. and the key is right here at the free throw line. If they can get, there we go. Well, they missed that pass, but that's where you want to get on this particular defense that they're playing.
Smith out on the break.
That's a great pass by Smith.
Oh.
You got to finish. Can Josh get it?
And he can, and that's Josh Smith with his 5th point, picks it up off the Carlos Dixon miss. And the Grayson Rams are back on top by 1, Chuck, with 1 minute remaining here in the third.
This is a good one. This is a good one. All what I expected.
This is what we were looking for in this game. He had another good one, and they're going to get a five-second call. That is Josh Smith with the pressure D on Trevon Reddish.
Yeah, I think Trevon was a little too much patient on that opportunity right there. So that's where you get that 5-second call. You know, he was trying to probe and see, you know, what he's going to do next. But, however, Josh stayed right in front of him and got the 5-second call.
You know, look, Coach Mason here for the Eagles Landing Chargers, he got a senior-led team. Trevon Reddish knows he screwed it up. You know, he says, my bad, and everybody just moves on. And it's not going to phase anybody here. Just under a minute left, Rams nursing this 1-point lead.
Yeah, here he is right here in the corner.
Corner three, up, and it goes down. Number 12 for the Grayson Rams. 30 seconds left. It's a 4-point game now. Reddish probing the defense. Didn't want that pull up there, Chuck. He got into the paint. It looked like he was going to rise up and shoot it, but he didn't.
Looked like it, yeah.
Cameron working the two-man game, and Cameron finishes it. He's got 13. 2-point game, 13 seconds. Smith's going to have to go here. 10 seconds. Taking his sweet time, Chuck. 8 seconds, 7 seconds.
He must calling his own number. It looks like he's calling
5 seconds.
his own
He's going to have to shoot it. Nope, it's not going to be him. It's going to be Hallman. It's blocked by Reddish. I'm not sure how in the world he got over there in time, but Reddish came flying in and blocked that thing.
Great closeout. That was a great closeout right there by Reddish.
Hallman looked like he was wide open. Point two. There ain't going to be a shot here. And our end of the quarter score, Grayson Rams come out of the locker room scorching. They are up 48-46. Chuck, they were down. Grayson was down 32-23, and they managed to score 25 points in the quarter.
Yeah.
More than they had in the whole first half.
More than the whole half. And like I said, you know, when ELCA came out, they looked a little flat. They looked like they already had the game won. And, of course, you know, Grayson played with a sense of urgency, made a couple key plays, especially with Smith coming off the bench. I mean, not off the bench, but actually, you know, coming out of the locker room. And he scored 6 easy points. So that
it was not just him, though. It was Javon Tatum who was scorching from three.
Yeah, sir. He hit a couple threes coming down the lane and from the same spot. So Grayson is back in business.
And we've got a 2-point game. The Grayson Rams up. Now swing it back to Coach Derek Mason. Chuck, what are you telling these guys? I mean, they only managed 14 points in the quarter, and Grayson went off for 25, dominated the third quarter. But they've got a senior team. These guys have been in these kind of positions before.
Well,
they just got to trust their offense, right?
Yeah, it looks like, you know, everyone started watching the Reddish show, and some of the plays he made, you know, were useful, but also we have to get back to where we started from and get back to what got us here. And they got away from that patience that they had originally.
Yeah, I'd like to see number 2, KJ Jones, get a little bit more back into the offense. He was very productive in the first half and had a very quiet third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Reddish is trying to do it by himself right now. So they're trying to prove a point.
Hallman is right up in his grill, and they're going to call the foul. Looks like it's going to go against number 20, Dixon. But, yeah, I mean, Hallman, Josh Smith, number 24, they have been playing him in his grill. They have been all up in Trevon Reddish's business.
Exactly.
First free throw is good. Reddish has 14, and he is the leading scorer now for the Chargers, and tied with Javon Tatum at 14 as well, leading the both squads. 7.5 remaining in this 1-point game. Reddish short. Rebound to the Rams. Ron Smith will look to set up the Rams offense here. Name that's been a little bit quiet, Chuck Jones. It's been Rico Holman. Hasn't done much here in the second half while Grayson was red hot.
Devin Smith
got him all. Crafty move.
Let's get to the free throw line.
Yeah, got his defender in the air. I call that the Dwayne Wade move. Yeah. I'm a big Heat fan. I've been watching Dwayne Wade do that to guys his whole career. Pump fake, gets him flying, and then just creates enough contact to get to the free throw. Let's see if Smith can knock these down to extend the lead. First one is good. He's got 11. Second free throw coming for Smith. They're up by 2 of the Rams. And a little flick of the wrist, and Smith makes it 12 points and a 3-point lead. Cameron pushing the pace, sees a little opening, not able to do it. Uadiale can't get the dunk to fall, bouncing around, and here's Smith. He's got Hallman, and here we go. Oh, and Rico Hallman. I said he was a little quiet, Chuck Jones. He must have heard me down there.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, and that's going to be a charge call against KJ Jones. Things are kind of unraveling here for the Chargers.
And it's starting to look as though that, that 7A experience is starting to take its toll.
I don't know. They were all looking for Rico Hallman to throw that monster down, but he lays it in to extend the lead to 5. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Chargers are going to have to pick up their defense or do something to try to change the momentum here.
Exactly. Good pass.
Wide open in the corner and knocks it down. We don't even have him on the roster. Number 12. And that's his second 3. He's got 6, and the lead is up to 8. Timeout, Derek Mason and the Chargers.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to figure out who number 12 is.
We'll see if we can get something. It didn't make their original roster, number 12. But, man, oh, man, did he knock him down. He's got 2 big 3 balls to give Grayson this 8-point lead. I'm coming to you live from the SportalShowcase over here at South Paulding High School. It is a 8-point lead for the Grayson Rams. They came out ice cold, dug themselves a 32-23 hole, and now it is a 8-point lead for the Rams. Number 12, we just got an answer. It is Javon Boyd. Javon Boyd, number 12. Man, he has come off the bench, Chuck Jones, and he has knocked down 2 triples. Right from the same spot, both these left corner 3s.
That's what you get, when you have a guy to come in and step up off the bench. That's what you want. Good job by Javon Boyd. Good job.
Yeah, and they're going to leave him in there. He's a skinny little guy. I'm guessing probably a freshman or sophomore, and he's made his presence felt, and he's going to get himself a couple extra minutes here in crunch time.
Oh, yeah. When those shots go down, you earn some time.
Cameron works it around. They're going to go to Reddish in the post. Let's see if he can make something happen. Leans in and gets it to go. Trevon Reddish with 16. He is showing why he is an all-state player.
Yes, indeed, he is.
And he wants the ball, Chuck, and you got to like that when you see a guy like that who wants the ball. Boyd goes with a heat check. Not going to go, but Smith there to clean it up, and that's his 14th, and they extend the lead back to 8. The whole Grayson bench and all the fans had the 3 ball up in the air for that one. Oh, that's short. Smith's going to try to get out in front of the pack.
Fast with that basketball.
They're going to call the foul. I don't know if they're going to count the bucket. Let's see. Bucket counts for Smith and 1.
And boy, Devion Smith. I mean, he's making his presence known here in that second half.
Oh, yeah. He had a quiet first half, but he leads all scorers with 16 now. Him and Trevon Reddish each with 16. We are seeing 2 elite scoring wings.
Oh, yeah. And if you look at it, Grayson has built up a double-digit lead.
Yeah, it happened real quick, that's for sure. Smith will go to the free throw line here, Devion Smith, to try to extend this lead to 11 with 5:55 remaining here in the 4th. And that one's no good, so the lead will stay at 10. Reddish is going to set up in his favorite spot along this left wing. He's got Uadiale out there with him. KJ Jones driving the bucket and 1.
Basket good.
And that is 11 for KJ Jones. And, Chuck, I said it, man. That's the guy I wanted to see. He had a great first half.
Yes,
not really involved in the offense in the third quarter. They need him to get cooking.
Yeah, they most definitely do. Like I said, it looks like they're just all kind of leaning on Trey Reddish. But, they're going to have more contribution if they're getting ready to get back into this game.
Couple critical missed free throws, including that one there. Driving the basket is Tatum. Can't get the little runner to fall. Tatum was red hot in the third when they needed him. Reddish working it, tries to go up for the jam, Chuck Jones, and it's not there.
Right there. And
Tatum makes him pay on the other side. That was a bad sequence for the Chargers there. Oh, goodness. Trevon Reddish goes up for the facial dunk, but blocks himself on the rim.
Yeah, got hung on the rim. And Davion Smith came out of the pack, led up to the score there. These guys are definitely turning things on here in that second half. Grayson has one of Gwinnett's leading point guards and legendary point guards, and Will Witherspoon. He was off of one of those Berkmar championship teams back in 2000s or 2001. He led things off, and actually, most people would like to agree that, Berkmar kind of started that Gwinnett powerhouse thing that's going on out there. So good to see Will Witherspoon over there helping the kids out, and he may be the reason why Devin Smith is actually doing the things that he's doing here.
Well, you look over at Coach Derek Mason, and I could hear him through my noise-canceling headphones screaming at his team down there, trying to get him back into this thing. And interestingly enough, it looks like the Rams are going to go to a 2-2-1 press here. We have not seen this all night from them. You like the change in the defense here, Chuck?
Yeah,
extending the defense 94 feet?
Just a little bit, just in case you're thinking.
Nice little pop in the mid-range, and that one's going down. And just under 5 minutes remaining. It's an 8-point lead. Smith looks to set up the offense. Takes a little screen and roll, brings it to Hallman. Hallman back out to Josh Smith. Josh Smith's no good.
Oh, good rebound.
A lot of banging inside, but it is KJ Jones coming out of the pack.
Nice move. He had to finish that.
Took it right into Tatum.
What we got here? What we have?
Carlos Dixon gets all kinds of wrapped up.
Smart foul.
Got just enough in front of him to wrap him up and not be
he did call it intentional. He called it intentional.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, and that goes against Trevon Reddish as well. And, they're going to call that an intentional. I thought he got enough around the front of him to be a legitimate foul. But apparently, they're going to call that the intentional. And
I think the rule
Dixon
of thumb
knocks it down.
You had to make a play on the ball. I don't think I seen a clear look at him making that play on the ball.
I'm more forgiving than you. I thought he got around to the front enough there, but the referees are agreeing with you, and that extends the lead back to 9. Dixon's second free throw, no good, but it's going to be Rams' ball underneath the basket. Reddish still pleading his case to the referees, saying, I got there, ref, I got there. But no good, and it's going to be Grayson Rams' ball underneath the basket. Looks like
Reddish
Hallman
has a good attitude about it.
Now Reddish is here to fight, that's for sure. Devion Smith, pull up, rolls around and out. Diale tries to get the rebound, but I think he got poked in the eye down there. That ball's bouncing around. Everyone on the Grayson sideline said it was out off of the Chargers, but it is going to, they're going to get Grayson's ball. Cameron checks back in for the Chargers. Josh Smith inbounds it backcourt to Devion Smith. He's going to try to extend the defense out there with him. Hallman, wide open three from the corner, no good. Nice strong rebound up there by the Chargers.
Yeah, once again, Hallman is not getting enough air up under his shot, and it's like it's a line drive shot that he's shooting there. It's going directly to the basket.
Well, that is a 1-on-1 situation now for the Rams the rest of the way. That's their 7th team foul, and Eagles Landing Christian is going to be shooting free throws, and it's Trevon Reddish at the free throw line after the strong rebound.
Well, this is what you want to have. Time has stopped. You're at the free throw line. You got to knock these down.
And first free throw is good for Reddish. He has 17 to lead all scorers. Reddish with 17. I've got Cameron with 13 and KJ Jones with 11 for the Chargers. And the second one is good, make it 18 for Reddish. We got a 7-point game with 4 minutes. Chargers seem to have taken Grayson's best haymakers. Haven't gone all the way down yet, Chuck Jones. They got to get back in this thing quick, though.
Going to have to start with that defense that they had in the first quarter.
Yeah, they were getting out and really jumping on this, extending this defense all the way out to half court. Tatum working around.
That's a good
Kelly underneath.
Rebound. Good offensive rebound.
That's Tajay Kelly with his 4th point. The sophomore, big man, fighting down low and making an impact. Wild shot for Cameron, no good. Ball bouncing around. And here comes Devion Smith.
Clearly away from what they got him there.
Over to Josh Smith, partially blocked, but it's Tajay Kelly with the follow. And that's going to be another timeout for Coach Derek Mason. This game's kind of getting away from him. Down by 11 with 3:21 remaining.
Yeah, Taj Kelly has definitely made his presence known here in this last couple minutes.
Yeah, check him out on the follow there on the replay. He is up and in is Taj Kelly, 6'7" sophomore, making an impact with 4 quick points here in the last couple possessions. 3:21 remaining in this final frame. Brian's Winter here with Chuck Jones, coming to you live from the Sportal Showcase at South Paulding High School. Stick with us. We'll be up again, 6:30 p.m. East Coast time. Number 3, Coffee takes on Campbell. Should be a great game. And our final game of the night, the host school, South Paulding High School, at 8:30 takes on Jeff Davis and Jaquez Kirby, high flyer. It should be another great game. Chuck Jones, we've had a streak of 2 games that both ended on a final shot possession. What's it going to take for ELCA Chargers to close this 9-point gap, or 11-point gap, and get back in this thing?
Well, right now, as I was speaking earlier, they had to have a lot of patience, but right now they have to have a sense of urgency, but also be patient in what they're doing and play great defense on the other hand of the floor. If they do that, they have an opportunity to get themselves back in this ball game. All it takes is a couple good baskets and a couple turnovers and rebounds. We're back in it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to come from Trey Reddish in isolation, though. He's got to start using his teammates. KJ Jones, number 2, had a great first half. Makai Cameron played very well so far. They got to work together here if they're going to get this done. It can't be just relying on Reddish to score in isolation every time. UIDLA not able to get it to fall, and there comes Smith with a head of steam. Takes it right at Reddish, and Reddish gets the block out of bounds. It's going to be – no, I think they're going to call the foul. Yep, sure enough. Chuck, when Smith comes away with these defensive rebounds, he comes blazing out of this pack and gets out in front of it.
And it's actually the sign of his first dribble. When he's getting that first dribble, he's creating so much space that by the time he catches up to get that second dribble, he's 2-3 bodies ahead of this guy.
What's the call down here? We're having a little bit. Derek Mason fighting with the referees. He's going to get himself a technical if he's not careful. Not sure what the conflict is about here. Oh, I think they're debating whether Reddish has 4 fouls or 5. I think they're debating that foul call down there, Chuck. That would be a crusher for the Chargers if, in fact, he's fouled out. And they're looking to the bench like Reddish may be done for the night. Yeah, sure enough, I think he might have fouled out. Yeah, I think that's going to be the answer. Looks like Trey Reddish has fouled out of this game with 3 minutes remaining, down by 12. Trying to see if we can get some kind of info, but there's no other way this guy's coming out of the game. I think that was his 5th foul.
Yeah, it has to be.
Smith shoots the free throw, but it's not going to count. They're still going to figure this thing out here. A little bit of confusion still out here as to what's going on.
Yeah, we don't know really, huh? But we do know that their lead scorer is sitting on the bench.
Yep, and Smith puts his 17th point home with 3 minutes left, and we believe Trevon Reddish has probably fouled out of this game. See if they can find any kind of offense. That's Kamari Smith driving the basket. We got a lot of Smiths in this game.
Yeah, it is.
We got 3 Smiths. Kamari Smith, number 1 for the Chargers, plus Devon Smith and Josh Smith, just to keep us on our Smith toes. And nice opportunity for Kamari Smith to put some points up while the clock is stopped. And he hits his first bucket. He's got 5. 2:51 remaining here.
I think I'm going into a full court press if he makes these free throws right here to try to see if we get a turnover. But I'll take the offensive rebound if.
Yeah, Diallo, you talked about it in the pregame. He had 28 boards in a game earlier this week.
Obviously, Grayson knew about it because they're definitely keeping him off the glass right now.
Nice strong move to the basket by Mekhi Cameron, number 13. He's got 13 points on the game. And just kind of went into the post, Chuck, and went to work.
Yeah, you got to knock him down.
Yeah, these free throws have just not gone the way of the ELCA Chargers today. Down by 13 with 2:40 remaining. And yet another free throw that doesn't find the bottom of the cup.
I tell you, one of the things we always say, free throws and layups, they win ball games.
No doubt, and right now it's not how the ELCA Chargers are making things work. Second free throw coming up, and it is good, and that is 14 for Cameron.
Yeah, here's that press. I would have went with a zone press instead of a man press.
Yeah, just kind of a little man press, and stopping Smith in the open court like
it's
this.
Not
happening, and he throws it down.
Oh, my.
Oh,
okay,
Chuck, we knew it was a mistake trying to get him in single coverage like that.
I would let him see the zone press, and he just walked him up the floor and put him in the basket.
Yeah, and they're going to get out and run again. Tatum loses the ball, tries to get it ahead. Smith comes up with it again, getting real sloppy. Tatum calling for the ball on the wing.
Good pass.
Beautiful pass, doesn't get it to go. This is an out-of-control pace. Diallo up ahead, and they're going to call the charge. See if we can cue back up. Do we still have that replay over there? We're going to check into our producer. Let's see. We'll give you a quick look at this replay. And here is Smith throwing it down in traffic.
Man.
And it's been a little bit out of control. The Rams have opened up a 14-point lead off the back of that charge
that
call.
Guy down.
Yeah, we were in the first half. We were scratching our head at the 3 stars and the Power 5 offers, and Devion Smith he has announced his presence with authority.
Yes, indeed.
Nice job by Tatum controlling the ball.
And that slam right there, that might have been Heartbreak Hotel for ELCA. I kind of took the air out of them right now. They're here on defense. They look like they're not really focused.
Looks like Devion Smith's going to get himself a rest. He's going to probably be done for the night. They're going to get a little bit of quality minutes in here for Ashton Malone. Up by 14 with 1:40 remaining. Tatum at the free throw line, shooting his second. And it's short, but manages to roll over the front of the friendly rim. He has 17, 19 for Smith. Sorry, that was his first free throw. Second one coming up here now. And the second one is also good. He has 18. And that's going to be a timeout. 1:43 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Tale of two halves. Eagles Landing Christian had a 32-23 lead at the end of the half, and the Grayson Rams have scored 50. Count them, a 50 spot so far here with still 1:43 remaining in the game, Chuck.
Yeah, I think it all starts with Devin Smith. He comes in the game at the second half and causes a lot of activity, jumping out to a 6-0 run on himself, his own 6-0 run. Then, of course, you had his teammates to contribute in. And, hey, they basically took ELCA out of their game. They were running their offense with patience. They were very poised. Everybody had good looks. But then it just kind of came the Cameron show. Trevon Reddish show.
Yeah, Trevon Reddish. The offense, he kind of was stopping the ball. It just wasn't in flow. Nice bucket there by Kamari Smith. He has 7. But, yeah, Reddish seemed to me like he was pressing a little too much. 14-point lead with a minute and a half left. Picking up full court is Cameron, making him work. Turnover. It's going to be KJ Jones. Swinging to the corner, 3 up for Cameron, and that one is good. we now have an 11-point game, running out of time with 1 minute and change, but it's not over quite yet, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, there's a steal.
No, Josh Smith somehow keeps the ball. He's getting double-teamed. Throws it over to Rico Hallman. Hallman's got Ian Scheffelnick. You can find him.
Patience.
Yep, there it is. Took a little while to get there, but yeah, well-coached squad, and they give up on the layup to burn a few more seconds. And looks like that's the 10th team foul on the Chargers, so they'll be shooting 2 for the Rams the rest of the way, up by 11 with 51 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I really thought that this game was going to go down to the wire. It seemed as though these teams matched up very well, but like you said, it's a tale of two halves. ELCA came out looking like they were poised for the win, but Grayson came back out of the second half, out of halftime, and realized that the game is on the line, and they went to pressing.
Yeah, tip of the cap to Coach Jeffrey Pierce for the Grayson Rams. Does a great job at halftime making the adjustments, got his team playing fast, and that really seemed like the way they did it. Quick bucket there for Kamari Smith. Makes it an 11-point game. They're going to foul again here, 43 seconds remaining, and it looks like it will be Josh Smith going to the line for 2.
Just a march at the free throw line now.
Yeah, Grayson makes their free throws. This thing will be over. 11-point game with 43 seconds remaining. Chuck, we have delegated the player of the game decisions down to Kyle Sandy, but I'm voting for Devion Smith down here.
Yes, exactly who I'm voting for, Devin Smith. If it's not, it's going to be a crime if we don't see.
Well, Javon Tatum with 18 has got at least an argument in there, but I think it's going to be Smith getting that fancy Sportal TV T-shirt.
Yeah.
Sought after item to go home with for the MVPs of each game of the Sportal Showcase. Josh Smith with his 7th point of the night. Cameron moving him fast, down by 13. Clock's not moving for some weird reason. And they'll try to make it up. They're going to call foul down there, and Cameron will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Grayson fans screaming for a few more seconds to come off the clock, Chuck. I think they got a good argument there, but there you go. Yeah, they set it down to 37 seconds. Seems a little bit more fair to me. Coach Mason is going to call timeout. Chuck, you've seen some of the top 7A teams this year. I've seen a few. Where do you think this Grayson Rams team stacks up? Currently ranked by our colleague Kyle Sandy at number 9. You think these guys got a shot?
Yeah, they definitely are in the top 10. They have a few things that they can work on, mustering up some of their sophomores, get them to be more acclimated, more active, getting some rebounds and follow-ups and putbacks in the event that guys like Rico Holman and Devion Smith goes into a funk. So you guys got to have a team that is fully loaded with talent and being able to step up at all times.
Yeah, tough run, obviously, in 7A, the highest classification here in Georgia. There are a whole bunch of big teams that a team like the Rams have to get through. And their signature win last year was that win over Newton, led by Ashton Hagens, current freshman at University of Kentucky, in the playoffs for Grayson to get them to the Final Four. Free throw's no good. They're going to call the foul. Josh Smith will go to the free throw line on the other end, up by 12 with 33 seconds remaining.
Yeah, when you got teams hovering around like Wheeler, Westlake, Meadow Creek, who's the champion, and also
Norcross, McEachern, and on and on and on.
McEachern has, 2, 3, 5-star players on their team, and I think they are really poised to seal the deal this year and pull away with the championship. And Norcross also has something to argue about. So you can go on and on and on when it comes to 7A, who can pull off that championship.
Second free throw away for Josh Smith, no good. He has 8 on the game. Lead is 13 with 31 seconds remaining. There goes KJ Jones, pounding into the defense. Uadiale, and it is good for him. He's had a nice game on the boards, but Felix Uadiale only managed 7 points today, and they probably need a little bit more out of him if they were going to be able to pull this out.
Yes, they did, and Like I said, I think we both agree that that third quarter the ball kind of got stuck in Trey Reddish's hands. And, he's a great talent going to College of Charleston. However, I think the ball got stuck a little bit too much, and when those shots were not falling, you had Devion Smith just bursting out of the crowd with the rock and going down and making plays.
And free throw no good for Smith. Yeah, you size up this ELCA Chargers team, 1A private, little bit of a different gauntlet to go through. There's still some good squads out there, but they've got a nice combination of size. They've got, guys that can score like Trevon Reddish and Mekhi Cameron. KJ Jones had a good game. Kamari Smith's had a good game. They've got really nice size of the wing and guard positions. And, number one team right now sitting out there, St. Francis. Led by Dwan Odom. I know you and I have both seen him as he has developed from a youngster to where he is now.
Oh, yes.
Xavier commit right now, and they're the lead dogs in 1A private, but I could see this ELCA squad challenging them.
I can, too, as well. I love to see that matchup between Reddish and
Dwan Odom.
Yes.
Chase Ellis over there at St. Francis as well. Defending state champ Aquinas beat St. Francis in the finals last year and knocked off this ELCA team in the Final Four. So, you look at this ELCA team, and, they're not going to come away with this win against 7A Grayson, but and there's a lot of good stuff to build on here. You got a senior-laden team. You had a team that went deep in the playoffs last year, a lot of experience.
Right.
And a number of different ways they can beat you.
Yeah, exactly. So they can take this loss right here and look at the positives and build from that. Also, you can look at the negatives and make sure that you correct those things. And this is the reason why you play these type of games so you can kind of measure yourselves. See what kind of team that you have, see what kind of fight that you have within your team, and be able to gauge how you're going to do in the region play, and then hopefully in the state playoffs.
And that free throw is good to make it a 10-point game. That's 20 points for Mekhi Cameron, but only 11 seconds left in this 10-point game. Probably not necessary to foul, but the ELCA Chargers. Coach Derek Mason, he's got no quit in him. He's going to keep fouling down by 10 points and 10 seconds left, Chuck.
Yeah.
When do you pull the plug? You're a coach. I mean, when do you pull the plug? 10 points, 10 seconds? Still fouling?
I may. It just depends. But however, you always want to keep fighting because, right now what Coach Mason is probably paying for right now is the next game. And you kind of want to practice some things that, you prepare yourself for the next game and, go home and build from that.
Well, we'll look to our next game. Our next game is Coffee Trojans taking on the Campbell Spartans at 6:30. We'll have about a 45-minute break. We'll be live at 6:30. Won't be starting that one early, so check back with SportalTV.live at 6:30. Should be a great matchup between the Coffee Trojans and the Campbell Spartans. Late bucket is good for KJ Jones, and that is our final buzzer. 80-71 is your final score. Bit of a surprise. I mean, the ELCA jumped out hot. Grayson was ice cold. The offense looked out of kilter. They didn't have a lot of warm-up time. Got to the gym a little bit late, Chuck, but man, when it mattered, they turned it on with a huge fourth quarter and huge third and very strong fourth quarter to finish the game.
Exactly. Yeah, it was definitely a tale of two halves there. Great job by Grayson to keep their poise and come back out and knock off the Final Four contestants of ELCA. ELCA actually has a big date coming up next week with their football team. They're going for the state championship. And just like we expect, Devion Smith is the player of the game.
Yeah, we'll get that fancy Sportal TV t-shirt down there from our colleague Kyle Sandy for Brian Zwerner and Chuck Jones, our producer Joseph Johnson, and our cameraman Andrew Garner. We thank you for joining us here on Sportal TV. Check back with us at 6:30 as the Campbell Spartans take on the Coffee Trojans. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we are